Good morning. My name is Cindy. I work at the Bozeman Public Library. We're going to have a story time today all about kindness and gratitude. It's November. It's a good time to think about gratitude. It's a really good time to think about kindness to each other. It's also Native American Heritage Month, and national parks and their partners all over the country are celebrating our rich culture of Native Americans. So I'm going to read one book about kindness for the Native American culture, and then I'm going to read this book called I Walk with Vanessa, a story about a simple act of kindness. And it's written by this person. It's a hard word to pronounce. Caro Scott. And this book has no words in it. So parents, when you're reading wordless books with your child, they're really an opportunity for conversation and looking at the pictures and poring over the illustrations. And you can read it many, many times, and every time you read it, it will be a little bit different. So what we're seeing on this very first page is it looks like there's a new girl in class. And she's looking a little bit alone. Over here when they're playing basketball, she's sitting by herself. It's hard to be new. If any of you have ever been new somewhere, you know how it's hard. And there you go. And now school is out and they're leaving. And she's walking by herself. Everybody else seems to be walking with others, and they all seem to be happy. She looks a little sad. So they're all walking home, and if you see up here, there's a boy that comes up, and we don't know what he's saying, but it doesn't look like he's saying anything very nice, does he? And so you can sort of act out what might he be saying to this little girl? And how is she reacting? How does she feel? And down here you'll notice that this little girl is watching what happened there. Let's see. So, that mean boy is walking away, and now the little girl is really sad. In fact, it looks like she's running home crying. And this little girl is looking very sad as well. That's empathy. She's feeling badly for this girl. And parents, empathy is a really important social emotional skill. It's important for all of us, and it's something you can teach. You really can work on empathy. And it's a really important thing to do. And one of the ways we can teach empathy and practice it is by reading books. So you can see here, the little girl is running home. The girl in the yellow is watching. And then look what she does. We don't know what she's saying, but we can guess that she is talking about what just happened to her friends. And now they're all feeling sad. So the little girl in the yellow goes home. She's got a big family. She still is looking very sad. She goes to bed. She's looking sad. She's looking out the window. She must be thinking about what she might be able to do. And here's a nighttime scene. And you see, here's the little girl in the yellow. And there's the new little girl, Vanessa. It's morning. She wakes up, and as she's eating breakfast, it looks like she might have a good idea. See those lines coming out of her head? Sometimes that means, oh, I just thought of something. She runs out the door, and look what she's doing. She's going to this house and knocking at the door, and it's Vanessa's house. And Vanessa and the girl in the yellow are going to walk together. And they're joined by others. So they have a whole bunch of kids walking together to school now. And look at Vanessa's face. She looks so much happier now. Now we're getting close to school. And look at all the kids all coming together in the morning. Wow, there's a lot of kids at that school. These are fun pages to pore over. And now it's time to go into school. And look who's at the very front of the line. So the little girl in yellow did figure out a good idea and a way to make a new girl feel welcome. So these are important things to talk about. I walk with Vanessa. One of the ways we can work on social emotional skills is through puppets. And so you can use little puppets you have at home, finger puppets, or you can use stuffed animals, but you can kind of act out. Like you could have, like the owl here could be Vanessa, could be the new kid, and this could be the little girl in the yellow, and you could practice saying things like, "Would you like to walk to school with me today?" And Al says, "Yes, I would. I don't know anybody." I said, "Well, let me introduce you to my friends, and you can come with us." "Oh, thank you so much." Or you could act out one's the kind of the bully. One could be the mean boy. And what might he say to make her feel so badly? So you can use puppets in ways that you can kind of act out all kinds of social situations and help your child sort of come up with some ways to say things and some things they can do to help people feel included and to be kind. So let me show you this next book I want to read. It's called When We Are Kind. This is a book from Canada. The author's name is Monique Gray Smith. It's beautifully illustrated by Nicole Neidhart. It's an orca book. And I'm just going to read it to you, and it's all about kindness. We are kind. Kind is another word for being nice to somebody. I am kind when I help my family. I am kind when I share with my friends. I am kind when I take my dog for an extra long walk. I am kind when I help my neighbor. I am kind when I bring food to my elders. Sometimes we bring food to our neighbors and other people in our neighborhood when they need it. I am kind when I only take from the earth what I need. I am kind when I take care of myself and I get a good night's sleep. Not only are we kind to others, it's important to be kind to ourselves. I feel joy when my family and I are kind. I feel happy when my friend is kind to me. I feel comforted when my cat is kind to me. And I feel loved when my elders are kind to me. These would be your grandparents, aunts and uncles, other adults in your life. I feel grateful when the earth is kind to me. I feel respectful when I am kind to myself. Look at, he's eating all that good food. That's another way of being kind to ourselves. When we are kind, we remember we are all related, right? We have more in common than we have differences. So it's good to think back. And here's the woman who wrote this book. And this is the woman who drew the pictures. So families, we are closing down to the public once again because of our COVID numbers. And so we are planning to gather bundles of books for families. So when you are ready for new books, if you would call the children's desk at 582-2404 and talk to any of our staff and tell them what kinds of books you like. We can get you lots and lots of picture books. If you want books on certain themes, we're happy to do that. If you want books by certain authors. So we are here, even though we're not open to the public, to help you find books, and we'll gather lots of books for you and check them out to you. We are also creating bags, and we are going to have a bag for preschool age kids on social emotional skills, and it'll be available next week, November 16th. And again, you can call that number, 582-2404, or you can email us, and we are happy to set aside a bag. It's full of, it's going to have 2 little finger puppets. It's going to have the When We Are Kind book, and it'll have all kinds of other activities and games and things we can do to help our children learn some good social emotional skills and some of the things you can do at home to do that. So please give us a call. We'll continue to do story times on Wednesdays and Fridays here at the library, and we'll make lots of bags for, we'll do books and babies and school age and preschool, and we'll let you know when those are available through our Facebook page. So please stay healthy and stay kind. Thank you.